sa latest na mga statements of financial position ng PhilHealth na napakalaki ng liabilities. At ang nagpapalaki po dito, tama po ba merong nakalagay na provision for insurance contract liabilities? At maaari po bang maipaliwanag, paano po na-compute itong insurance contract liabilities?
Mr. Chair, can
Yes,
we
Mr.
acknowledge
Ledesma.
our actuary, SVP for Finance, Ma'am Neri?
Miss
actuary.
Nerissa Santiago, you're recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chair, and thank you, Your Honors. Yung pong insurance contract liabilities, this is in compliance with the Philippine Financial Reporting Standards 4, wherein nire-require po tayo na i-put up as liabilities yung pong future na kakailanganin ng korporasyon para sa ibabayad na future na benefits, minus po yung matatanggap ng korporasyon. So basically, ang formula po ng insurance contract liabilities is the present value of the future benefit payouts plus the present value of admin cost to administer these claims minus po yung present value of the contributions that the corporation will be receiving.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Follow up, Mr. Chair. Gusto din natin i-confirm yung figure na as of June 30, ang provision for insurance contract liabilities ay nasa 1 trillion 149 billion, or it's actually, well, roughly 1.15 trillion. Tama po ba yung figure natin?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Mr. Lim Siaco, you're recognized.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Okay, thank you.
1.15 billion, Mr. Chair. Trillion, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. So, gusto din natin i-clarify ito kasi kung titingnan lang siya na ganon, parang lalabas na ang laki ng liabilities ng PhilHealth. Pero gusto din nating mabusisi, paano ba na-compute ang ganitong amount ng liabilities?
Yes, Miss Nerissa Santiago.
Thank you, Mr. Chair, and thank you, Your Honors. Yun pong insurance contract liabilities, kinocompute po siya sa bawat miyembro na nakapaloob po sa korporasyon as of December 31, 2020. For example, for this case, 2023, no? So, ito pong miyembro na to, may in-expect po tayong babayaran every year in the future hanggang sa mamatay po itong miyembro na to. In-expect po natin na mag-avail siya ng hospital benefits and that would be that is being estimated and discounted to the present. So, halimbawa po, meron po tayong miyembro na 40 years old. So, ito pong 40 years old, in-expect po natin siya, hindi man po siya every year kakailanganin yung benepisyo, meron po tayong ina-estimate na magkano po yung value ng benefit payout niya every year. Tapos po, kasama po doon, yung kinakalculate is the admin cost sa pag-administer nito pong pagbabayad ng claims para sa taong ito. And then, mina-minus po natin yung contribution ng taong ito. Para pong kinukuha natin yung balance between what we will be paying out for this person minus po yung contribution na marireceive natin from this person. So, this is an estimate of future liabilities. So, kung mas malaki po ang in-expect natin na halimbawa, ang in-expect po natin, mabubuhay siya hanggang age 100, ganyan. May expected benefit payouts po tayo, pero ang contribution niya hanggang age 60 lang po. So, kaya po minsan, mas malaki po yung future liabilities natin kasi po yung pagbabayad po is hanggang age 60 lang.
Okay. So, Mr. Chair, para lang po...
Yes, with the indulgence of Congressman
Okay,
Manuel, the Chair would like to recognize the Honorable Stella Kimbo.
Mr. Chair, baka lang kasi malito ang ating mga kababayan. Hindi naman po kasi life insurance company ang PhilHealth. Ang pinag-uusapan po natin dito ay annual insurance contract. Ito po ay isang pay-as-you-go insurance contract. Ibig sabihin, annual renewals. Ang binabayad po na premiums ng mga miyembro ay annual po. Kaya ang pinag-uusapan dapat natin dito na ICL ay para sa isang taon lamang. But we can stretch that because under the law, sinasabi na ang reserve fund natin ay dapat ay umabot ng 2 taon. Kaya pwede natin pag-usapan 2 taon. We should not be talking about preparing for liabilities for the entire lifetime of a member. Paano tayo magkakaroon ng liabilities na aabot ng 1 trillion pesos? Mas malaki pa yan sa kabuuang healthcare spending ng buong bansa. It does not make sense, Mr. Chair. Kaya, yun po ang nakakapagtaka, Mr. Chair. Kaya sorry po,
Yes.
Kung Raul, kasi baka po malito na ang buong bansa doon po sa pagpapaliwanag ni Madam actually, Mr. Chair.
Yes, Mr. Chair, actually
Yes,
would like
please
to...
continue, Congressman Raul Manuel.
Yes, I'd like to thank the interjection kasi Mr. Chair, kung titingnan lang yung itong June 30, 2024 na financial statement which is available online at sa mga kababayan din naman natin na mas gustong aralin itong issue ay nagko-cause din po talaga ng confusion na ang dating tuloy ay para bang nalulugmok yung PhilHealth kasi ganito kalaki yung kanyang liabilities when in fact ganun nga po pala talaga yung supposedly no, as mentioned by Rep. Kimbo, ganun dapat yung appreciation sana. No? In fact, Mr. Chair, yung basis ng PhilHealth to compute yung insurance contract liabilities, na-point out po ng COA itself na hindi po ma-ascertain yung faithful representation ng provision for ICL na umaabot ng 1.15 trillion for yun yung na-mention po natin because of several factors. Kaya dahil dyan, Mr. Chair, hopefully ay mas maging malinaw din po sa ating mga kababayan na ganito talaga yung financial standing ngayon ng PhilHealth. Na meron po siyang sobrang napakalaking assets, in fact, at marami doon ay nakalagay sa iba't ibang mga investments. Kaya yung gusto nating i-probe, Mr. Chair, bakit tayo umabot sa ganitong punto, di ba? Na also cited by COA, Mr. Chair, yung pag-manage din mismo ng reserve fund ng PhilHealth na yung investment ng funds actually ay hindi na-consider yung estimated na 2-year projected program expenditures ng PhilHealth. Ibig sabihin, mas nauna na prioritize paano ba pagkakitaan yung reserve fund na meron siya kaysa tiyakin yung benefits para dun sa mga kababayan natin. Na parang baligtad, Mr. Chair, di ba? Supposedly sinet up yung PhilHealth para tiyakin yung kalusugan ng mga kababayan natin. Tapos kung meron siyang sobrang pera, yun yung gamitin niya, pwedeng, halimbawa, may invest siya, edi, tapos tingnan niya saan siya pwedeng mas kumita. Ganun sana ang priorities, Mr. Chair. Pero in the past years talaga, kabaligtaran po yung nangyari. And in fact, even COA cited this sa kanyang mga naging audit reports sa PhilHealth. So with that, Mr. Chair, so to wrap up in my interpellation,
Mr. Chair.
Yes, before I recognize you, gusto ko lang maunawaan yung point ni Congressman Raul Manuel. So ang punto po ninyo, parang mas prioritize yung investment kaysa sa pagtulong sa healthcare.
ganun
Tama
yung,
po ba?
ganun yung
po ba yung
lumalabas,
punto
Mr.
ninyo?
Chair. Based mismo dun
Which is kasi
sa...
ang mandate ng PhilHealth is yung healthcare ang dapat na tinitignan. Tama po ba?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Okay.
Based on the financial standing at kinaka-proud
Okay.
po yun ng
So
PhilHealth,
would you
pero
like
yun
to
pala yung
respond to
lumalabas.
that, Mr. Ledesma?
Yes, Mr. Chair, please. Thank you, Mr. Chair. Thank you very much, Mr. Chair, and we appreciate and duly noted on your comment, no. We will look closely into it, no. Naintindihan po namin yung magandang comment po, Mr. Chair, no. we will look closely into it. In line with that, I just want to highlight, Mr. Chair, no? So the